President Bashar al-Assad's forces and the opposition continued on the outskirts of the town into the morning. Fighting across Syria has killed over 130,000 people and forced more than 6 million to flee their homes since the war began in 2011.
Now to the latest political tribulations in Italy. Prime Minister Enrico Letta announcing that he will hand his resignation in on Friday. That after receiving a crucial blow from his own party, the left-leaning PD, withdrawing its support and calling for an urgent change of government. That move provoked by the new party boss, Matteo Renzi. He demanded an end to the current uncertainty. That after frustration has grown over Letta's inability to push through political and economic reforms, hamstrung by his fragile coalition government. Now, for more on this, we're joined by Marco Vicenzino, Director of the Global Strategy Project. Thank you very much for joining us this Thursday. We've seen there Renzi saying he wants more stability. He goes about it by rocking the boat, if you will, and bringing down the government. Do you think this is going to work?
Well, first of all, there's a question of democratic legitimacy. Mr. Renzi will be the third consecutive prime minister in Italy that's not been elected to office. So that raises many serious questions. Secondly, there's a question of political credibility. Firstly, he said on several occasions that he would not oppose Mr. Letta. He would not create a government with the center right, and then he would only assume power through national elections. And he's reneged on all three of those. So once again, there's an issue of credibility at stake. And there's serious questions also, I mean, in terms of experience. He's a mayor of the city of Florence, but yet has no national experience, no international experience. And the way in which his age is young, he'll be the youngest prime minister in Italian history at the age of 39. That may represent a change of generation in terms of age, but it does not represent a change in practices. These are the same old practices we're seeing here. What really amounts to is a palace coup.
A palace coup, it may seem from the outside, but you can't really deny that Italy is stuck in its worst economic crisis in decades. Renzi's demanding reforms faster. Is it this shock method, this shock tactic, is that going to work?
It's once again, he's saying all the right things that people want to hear in terms of reform and structural reform. The bottom line is, can he deliver? Can he deliver, and can he shake up the country and shake up the vested and entrenched interests that have dominated Italy for too long? He's saying that he could, but the reality is quite different. He's going to have to maneuver his way through Italian politics. And once again, he's head of a party that barely won the elections last year by the slightest of majority, and he can't act as if he has a mandate, which he really in reality doesn't have. What he may have to do is just focus on certain reforms, particularly electoral reform, once he has that electoral reform, and then go to national elections upon which he can get a mandate if he does win. But the big question in Italy is the economic crisis has not ended. There hasn't been any. It's the highest rate of unemployment in nearly 4 decades, and there's been practically no economic growth. So as a result, he's inheriting a lot, and I think what he runs the risk of overpromising and under-delivering.
Marco Vicenzino, thank you very much for that analysis. Moving on now and to Belgium, where Belgium has just become one of the world's most liberal nations over the question of youth